Hi, my name's Mike, and today we're going to be learning how to prepare your images for the cafe system using Photoshop. So let me switch over to the computer here. And what we can do is we want to open Photoshop, and we want to open our file. Now, when you're starting off, the files that you want will be either large JPEGs, TIFF, or RAW files. So we'll open the image. Alright, so the first thing we would want to do is we would want to do any sort of adjustments to the image. So we would want to crop it using the crop tool. If we needed to crop it down, here we don't. Also, if we wanted to reset, if we were overexposed or underexposed, typical things that you would want to do is adjust under adjustments, you would want to adjust levels, and you would perhaps want to adjust your color utilizing your color balance. Here we're set pretty good, so we're not going to mess around with it, and we're going to really focus on just resizing it and getting it ready to go. Now the cafe system is set up such that your image has to be at 72 dpi, and it has to be also 1920 by 1920 in terms of its pixel dimensions. So here what we're going to do is we're going to go to image size, we're going to click, we're going to make sure that our constrained proportion is there, we're going to make sure that our resample image is checked, and we're also going to make sure that it's bicubic. If those are all set properly, then you get ready to go up here. We're going to change our final resolution for the image to 72. We're just going to jump up here then, and we're going to look at, you can see that my image is taller than it is wide. So I'm going to go to the height dimension, which is the longest of the two. I'm going to set that at our final size, which is 1920 pixels for the cafe system. And I'm going to hit OK. Now you can see that I'm not square yet. So what we have to do is we have to make that a square image. So we go back to image. Right below image size is canvas size. We're going to click that. And you can see that our height is now set at 1920. And what we want to do now is get our width also set to 1920. So here you want to make sure that your anchor is set in the center. And in my version of Photoshop, I can set the canvas extension, in other words, the little bits that it's adding, to black here. On older systems, you would have to go over here and you would set the background color as black, and then when you resize it, as we will do right now, you will end up with black strips here and here. If something goes wrong and you don't end up with those black strips on either side, all you need to do is go over here to your paint bucket. You grab your paint bucket and you can then just do a paint bucket fill of black on either side, and you're ready to go. So now we're ready to save the image. It's all prepared, ready to go. What we want to do is go to File, and you want to go to Save As, because we don't want to overwrite our old image, so we got to change the name. So I'm going to change this to Machinations 2. I'll just put Cafe on the back side of it, so I know that's the one that I prepared for cafe. I want to make sure that I'm JPEG, which I am, and I want to make sure that I don't have any sort of special characters here in the name, which we don't, because it won't take it if you have special characters. So then I'm going to hit Save. Okay, and then what we want to do is you want to set your quality options as high as you can and still keep this number under 1.8. So can we go all the way? No, too big. So we need to go smaller, and we're going to go with 1.4. So my quality set at 11. If you're anywhere above, say 7 or so, you're going to be fine, but you want that to be as large as you possibly can. We'll hit OK, and our image is now prepared. It's all ready to go up into the cafe system, which we'll cover in the next tutorial.